Hi, this is Carl with another SOP video for managed service providers. Today I want to talk about the question of whether you should force clients to use your ticketing system. Now, that seems like it's a very powerful statement. We're going to force them, but you know, it's not an easy answer. Let me tell you a story. So one time I had this client who, the person who was my primary contact was very, very pushy and refused to use our ticketing system. So one time I'm at a client's office down in what we call the Delta, which is where the Sacramento River begins to widen so that it can empty out into the sea. And down in the Delta, back in the day, there was not good cell phone reception. So I was at a client's office, I'm up on top of a ladder, installing a piece of equipment, and my cell phone rings. I'm like, oh no. And this is back in the days when I answered my cell phone. So I put the equipment down on the shelf, climb down the ladder, answer my cell phone, and it hangs up on me. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And then but I saw who it was, so I made a note, I will call her back. So then I climb up the ladder again. I'm about halfway up the ladder, my cell phone rings again. And so this time I haven't got anything in my hand, so I have my cell phone with me. I answer the cell phone and it hangs up on me. So I'm like, okay, well, that's really silly. And then I get a note about a minute later that there's a message for me. So I was like, oh man, something must be really important. So I check my voicemail and there are 3 voicemails from her. She had called my cell phone and then called my landline, which forwarded to voicemail, which, you know, was on the cell phone. And then she called my cell phone again. She left a voicemail every time, literally screaming into the phone. I need you right now. You need to answer when I call. I want you to answer on the first ring, da 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 da. So I called her back and I said, we need to talk. And she said, I don't want to talk about that. I have something important and I need you to, you know, da 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 da. So she was completely unreasonable. And what happened was eventually I had a chat with her boss. Her boss did what bosses do, supported her completely, and I wrote them a letter and fired them as a client. And this is the only client that I've ever fired over this particular incident, but they were unmanageable in the sense that they could not slow down, plan far enough in advance to even give me 15 minutes. And I told her when I talked to her on the phone, since the first time you called, when I was up on the top of the ladder, it has been less than 7 minutes and you have left me 3 voicemails. What do you consider to be a reasonable response time? And of course she said, I don't want to talk about that. So the bottom line is you have to figure out what kind of abuse you're going to put up with. One of my absolutely unbreakable rules of service delivery is that we only work with people we like. And I liked her fine, but I don't need to be treated that way, and my employees don't need to be treated that way. What we eventually did is decided we will only call people back, and so we stopped answering the phone in my business. And a lot of people don't believe that, and I don't care. But the point is, we needed to be able to manage her behavior because she could not manage it herself. What has any of this got to do with the ticketing system? Well, here's the deal. People want to go around your system when they are frustrated. When a client is in the middle of something and they can't pause long enough to read one sentence of instructions, they will call you. And they want an answer immediately. And sometimes it's worthwhile to make them slow down. You know, one of the other absolutely unbreakable rules of service delivery is slow down, get more done. Think about, and I know you've had this, if you've been in business for more than 5 years, you have had this experience where a client says, every time I do something, 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 I get an error on the screen. And you say, oh, well, what does the error say? And they say, I don't know, I just click cancel and I go back on, but it comes up every single time. You think, well, you didn't even read it? You don't know what the error is. You can't give me the smallest piece of information. So you actually have to tell them, well, the next time that happens, you write it down and you let me know, right? When people are in a hurry and they're frustrated, that's what they do. They skip over the description, the explanation, the thing that will get them what they need. Your ticketing system might be the thing that they ignore. You have to figure out what are the appropriate ways for people to get a ticket into your system. That might be a phone call, that might be an email, it might be a text message. I know people who accept service requests through Twitter and TikTok and Teams and all kinds of stuff. You have to figure out what's appropriate for you. I actually have a thing I go through in my class on service management where I talk about literally drawing a map. How do things get into the system, and then what happens once they are in the system? You need the ticketing system so that you can keep track of every single thing that needs to be done. You have to make sure that you've got a system so that nothing is lost, dropped, or forgotten. That's cool. But your client doesn't care so much about your system. Your client cares about service and they care about getting their stuff taken care of. Ultimately, what you need to do is to lure them along, show them that it's the fastest way to get tech support by putting a ticket into the system. But you also have to be kind and patient and loving, because when they are frustrated, they will not pay attention to your system, no matter how good of a client they are. They need to have their stuff fixed. You are, by definition, a service provider. You're in a service industry, so you need to put service first. But you also have to remember, internally, your process has to be that you will not start working until there's a ticket. So if they won't put a ticket in, that's totally cool. What we used to have the person who answered the phone say is, have you put a ticket in the system? And when the client says no, they say, okay, great, let me do that for you. Or one of my office managers used to say, did you already put a ticket in the system, or do you want me to do that? And the client's like, oh yeah, I want you to do that, right? So they still get to feel like they're in control of the situation. The main thing is they want to contact you as soon as possible, even if you say, I can't fix anything today. They still feel like they have given you the problem, given you the task, and then you are going to go and make it successful. So that's all cool. You need to make sure there's a ticket because it serves your purposes. The client needs service because service is what serves their purposes. So the bottom line about whether or not you should force clients to use the ticketing system, I would say no, not that they know of. You will create the ticket because you need to do that. Ultimately, you cannot control people. You can only control your process. So part of the process is a ticket comes in through email, voicemail, whatever, They go online and they enter a ticket into the system, or they tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, can you do me a favor? However it happens, the ticket comes first and then the work. So you need the ticket, but you need to make it as flexible and friendly as possible for the client. I know that was a long explanation, but I would love to have your feedback on this. Hey, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Polishuk, wishing you the best of luck in your managed service business. Here's your SOP for this video. Like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and share it on social media. And if you haven't visited sopforsmb.com, now's a great time to do that as well.